So can you confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, explore the world of IT.
Yes, that's my screen. Okay, so that's the title of our discussion today. So as I discuss and talk about it, if you have any question, you can just raise your hand. We'll have an emoji that looks like hand. You can use that to raise your hand. Then we can kind of pause when we get to a milestone, and then we'll discuss about that. Okay, so for Explore World of IT, that what we want to discuss today is all about like high level of what IT is all about, and then different domains of IT, and then the benefit IT brings. It's just like an expository section, so that the purpose of this session is that doesn't have to be on move into tech, so they can understand the different terrains and different domain of tech. So I'll go to my next slide. So let me skip this. I'll just give like a high level background. High level. My name is Uchenna Anyanwu. Uchenna Okoli Anyanwu. So I studied computer science and statistics. That was the University of Nigeria and Nsukka. Then after which I had my MSc, electrical and computer science in a school in the US, and then MBA University of Northampton, and then PhD in Concordia University in Chicago. Then I have like 14 years of experience in tech, in diverse area in technology, and I currently work in a school here in Canada. It's called Saskatchewan Polytechnic here in
Sorry,
Canada.
mute everybody. Is it possible to mute everybody because of the background noise?
Yes. Ebuka, can you mute everybody?
Yes, that has been done.
Okay. Okay, so I currently work here in Canada. I live in Canada, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and I work in their polytechnic as senior IT project manager. So I love research and I love learning new ideas and solving technological needs. So anything that has to be like maybe updates, patches, these new technologies coming on board, I love it. So that's all about me. Yeah. So the agenda for this is introduction. Then after the introduction, we'll now move to relevance of IT in today's world, where we understand the different terrains of IT and the benefits IT brings to this world. We can do before and now, in the 80s, in the 90s, early 2000s, and then now, and then like kind of assess those benefits, and also get to understand different IT domains. If I say I want to do IT, I always get questions, chats, where people chat me and say I want to go into IT. I want to do IT. So I'll be like, which area of IT do you want to venture into? They don't provide those response. Most of them are confused because they don't know the area they want to venture into. All they want is to do IT. Then we'll discuss that here, and also skills that will require you to excel in IT world. Then after which we'll now go into question and answer properly. But in course of this discussion, if you have any question, you can raise your hand and then I can pause and provide that answer. But if it's something you can like note down, we discuss that at the end of this call. That's good and fine also. So before we start this discussion, is I want to just encourage whoever that is all of us that are pivoting into IT, the world of Walt Disney. Walt Disney said that the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So when you look at this instance of talking and doing, it's like two parallel line or two different area or angle. So as soon as you move from that quadrant of talking, 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 I want to do this, I want to do that, and then you begin doing, that's when you start doing value. That's when you start seeing value. So what Disney is saying that the way to get started, if you want to start on any venture, anything you want to start in this life, you have to stop talking and then begin doing. That's when you can see the results. Yeah, so I'll move to introduction, the introductory part of this. So in IT space, that's where technology pronouns converge to shape the future. IT is all about information technology. You are bringing information, innovation, ideas, and then you are bringing technology to drive it. So in this ever evolving realm, just know that possibilities are endless. There are so many things IT can do. There are so many things that are yet to be seen. There's so many things. There were this era of typewriter. You must type and type and type and get to and document something. Before we now move to computer, where you have to seamlessly, you can even delete back. Imagine then we are typing. When you use typewriter and you type to up to a point and you want to delete, you have to go and start looking for tippers to clean up. But now IT has made it so easy for us that you can write, you can document, and then you delete automatically, and then you rewrite again. So, and also IT has changed the thinking and surface of this world. That so many things IT. There were errors of paper. Most organizations now don't even use paper. When you come to the organization, it's just like as clean table as possible because of IT, importance of IT. So as we embark on this journey to explore the world of IT, we will uncover the intricate web of technologies, and also emerging trend, and also witness the transformational power of IT in various domains. So just fasten your seatbelt. We are good to go. So the first agenda for today is the relevance of IT into the world. So relevance of IT, before we go into IT, it's important to understand the benefit of what you are going into. It's not just going into something. If you don't have like understanding of what you are going into, the drive won't be there. But when you have the understanding of the importance of what you are going into, that's when the drive comes. So the relevance of IT is in communication, the way we communicate. There was a time that when you want to send a mail or you want to go to PO box, you write an email, you send via PO box, you wait for days, and then it will get to this destination. Whether the person, whether the whatever the letter gets there or doesn't get there, you don't even know. You have to wait again, oh, and until the person that you sent the letter to respond by writing and get back to you. So this era, that as soon as I want to send a letter or whatever, it's automated. I click, I send, you respond, even deliver message, I get delivered message. So it's really IT has really revolutionized communication and has enabled instant and seamless connection, from emailing, from messaging platform, from social media, from video conferencing. You could imagine that myself and people in Nigeria, we are in Nigeria almost how many kilometers away. We are talking as if we are just close to one another, and I'm seeing you, you are seeing me. That's what the power of IT. That's what IT has really brought. Unlike then that you have to send a letter down, you don't even have means of communication. There was one that we used to have like a telephone cabled all around. But now IT has made life. We have our cell phone, we have different means of communication. Also, information access. You have repository of different knowledge online, and that you can look for any topic, even the AI now, AI that is prevalent now. You can ask AI any question, and AI will generate. You can even ask AI, "Who am I?" Call your name and ask AI. AI will scan the algorithm and pull out information about you and give it to you. Be like, "Oh, this is me." Oh, you get so. IT has really changed so many things, and also IT has transformed business. The way we do business, the way we operate e-commerce, online banking solution, supply chain management. IT has changed those landscape, streamline processes. So that these days you want to do business, you get to the office, you're carrying paper for signing, table by table. This person will sign, move to another table. IT has changed the whole landscape, that you don't even sign anything. When you sign on your system, it moves to the next person immediately. The person acknowledge, it moves back to you. So these are the benefits that IT brought to us. Also, efficiency and productivity. Truth be told, IT has made most of the jobs easy. Most of the jobs easy. So, an increase operational efficiency and the tools. We have so many software applications, data analytics software that you can even use to improve workflow, decision making, and organizational efficiency. And for collaborating and connectivity, IT is there also. So these are benefits, innovation, and problem solving. IT has disrupted traditional business model. The way we solve problems, the way you could imagine now, there are social media channels, Facebook, LinkedIn profile, or LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. You go there, you are placing something online. The next minute, somebody is buying, and then the next minute you are delivering to the person is transferring money to you. Because change the whole landscape. So these are just few benefits IT is is bringing, even to our personal lives, to education and learning. The way education is going now, as in learning, online learning. So like before, I remember when I was in computer science and statistics in UNN. That was in 2008. Those days, it was even more recent. I wonder those that went in 1999 or late 80s. Those days, there was no computer. The only computer they have was one big computer that our lecturer will come and put on for almost how many of us in class then? Almost more than 100. And be teaching us Fortran, COBOL, all those obsolete software solutions. And we couldn't even connect. When they want to teach us database management system, they'll be writing one algorithm on the blackboard. And those things scared so many people away from even doing computer science because they couldn't connect with realities. So imagine now there are too many computers, so many things you can even so many solutions that can address need. So many. So in the area of cybersecurity has always became very important because it provides role in safeguarding sensitive information, because it prevents data privacy, cyber threats, and other things. So on different domain of IT, we are looking at this. These are just the ones I listed here. I think there are 11 of them. These are the domains in IT. When you say, I want to go into IT, so you should be able to look at these areas, read them critically, and understand and know the one your skill, the current skill you have, can fit into. Because there are some basic skill one needs to have to be able to go into this. Because we have software development, network administration, cyber security, data science and analytics, cloud computing, database management, IT business analysis, IT project management, IT service management, artificial intelligence, IT support. These are different areas in IT. So when you are coming and say, I want to go into IT, you should be able to understand what this area, as in high level knowledge, and know, is this what I would love to do? If you are someone that is not organized, that's like kind of not really organized, you can't go into software development. There's some ones you will not be able to go into, like software development, because software development needs someone that is very organized. And then if you are someone that can do analytical thinking, and can, in terms of critical thinking, you can do business analysis. So when we progress, you understand diverse areas of IT, and then the skills you need to have to like venture into those areas. Then, okay, this is like breakdown of those areas. For development, software development is people that design, code, test, and maintain software application. They like code, they write programs. So they develop some algorithm that's able to drive behaviors. This one now, they have certifications if you want to go. They have Google professional cloud developer competent in this area. They have Java EE7 application developers. And then, based on the analysis and statistics produced for 2023 in terms of salary, average global salary of software developers is like $125,000 per annum. If you are going into this, then the second one is network administrator. These are the network support professionals, people. These are the ones that oversee the design and implementation of the computer networks in terms of the router, the switches, the IP, assigning the nodes. So they ensure network security, they troubleshoot issue, and then they optimize network performance. So this area now, they have its own certificate if you want to go into this area. There's CompTIA-Net, there's CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate, Cisco Certified Network Professional, Azure Networks certification also. So based on average salary globally from Randstad, the average salary of a network administrator stands at $104,000 per annum. Then we have the third area is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a domain that involves protecting computer system, networks, and data from unauthorized access, cyber threats, and vulnerabilities. It also includes roles as ethical hacking, incident response, risk analysis, and security hack. However, I had someone, I think Faith, mentioned that she currently works as a risk manager in a bank. So this is kind of an area she might want to go into since she's already a risk analyst. So she can just do some additional work in this domain. So cybersecurity. Hello, is anyone talking? Faith?
Yeah, how do I get started?
Okay, so for this cybersecurity, there are some courses. I'll just push that to you, the links of the courses you can do as to be able to get certified as a cybersecurity expert.
Yeah.
So it will give you, yes, it will give you that, like that competence in this area, since you're already into risk analysis.
Yeah.
So you might need to think of going into cybersecurity. There's another area too that a risk analyst can feature very well. It is called IT project management, where you work as an IT project manager, you deliver IT services, and we'll get to that one too. But just take note of this cybersecurity. So based on average salary 2023, the average salary of $118,000 US dollars. That's what they paid them. Yeah. Okay. So we have another one now. Faith, can you mute?
Yeah.
Yeah, just mute. Okay. So another area in IT domain is data science and analytics. This is another very wonderful area too. I think is a field that is emerging. And because now there are so many importance, people are putting so much importance on data because data drives the world. There's this nugget that goes everywhere that says that data is the new oil, which is true because you can use data to make any inference. You can use data to drive decision. You can use data to know things that are not working the way it should and then profit solution. So most executives in organizations are leveraging on data to make their decision. So this is another area that is seriously booming. That's data scientists because they leverage on data to gain insights and then drive strategic decision making. They use statistical method, machine learning algorithm, and then tools to analyze large data sets and extract valuable information. So when you tell them that some things are happening, maybe my business is not moving the way I should, and then I'm thinking of what to do, or I'm thinking of maybe a product that I just developed is not working the way it should, as in driving the right revenue, and I'm thinking of making decision as to whether to bring in another product or to eradicate the current one I have. They'll just tell you to wait. They'll tell you, let's have the data. They will obtain data maybe from, there are different ways you can get data: sampling, observation, interviews. They might just go to different people that utilize or use that your product. They will send out survey questionnaires to them and ask them for information. Are you okay using these products from 1 to 5? What do you think? Do you prefer this variant, or you want another variant? They'll give them different questions to answer. And when they get the information from those questions, a data analyst will now use that information, analyze it, and then present it to management. And based on that, advise management on what to do. So data science and analytics is a field that is coming up and is seriously making waves. So certification one can take in that aspect should be CompTIA Data, Microsoft Certified Power BI Data Analyst Associate, SAS Certified Data Scientist, Data Scientist Associate V2 certification. Then you can just look through any of them and then choose the one that you should go into. And then the average salary globally for a data scientist is like $130,000. When I mention certification, you might not do everything. You can just pick one or two. And certification always give you like that kind of authority from a recruiter. The recruiter will now be, from recruiter standpoint, certification is very good because it postures you aright that you are expert in that particular field. And as regards this our IT domain, certifications is very important because it gives the whoever recruiter, whoever that you are working with, to know that you are an expert in your field. So the next one I'll be talking about is cloud computing. Cloud computing involves delivering computing resources like storage, server, software over the internet. If you notice now, gone are those days. It's only few organizations that does that now. They have physical servers. They inside and have their physical data centers. Most things are moving to cloud. And cloud computing is still another field that is very is in demand, seriously in demand now. So cloud computing, are professionals that are architects. When you talk of architects, they're like building those segments on cloud and managing and securing the cloud-based infrastructures. So these guys are really, really enjoying that, eating well, because the average salary of a cloud computer now, as it stands, is $150 average. I've seen somebody that works the cloud computer, the cloud computing guy, Azure cloud engineer that works in my office is like his salary is like 170. But this is just kind of an average of what a cloud computer gets, cloud computing engineer. Then certification one can take to be a certified cloud computing specialist is AWS solution architect, Microsoft certified Azure, Google associate. Because different organizations or OEM, we call it OEM in IT, they have their own cloud and they host people's information. Like Amazon has theirs, Google has theirs, Microsoft has theirs. So they have it located somewhere else. So they need people that will be managing it for them. Everywhere now, cloud is going, as in, is seriously in demand. So another field in IT is database management. These are database administrators that are responsible for designing and implementing, maintaining the database. Most of the things you see, like all this platform we use now to do it, we are using to have this meeting, different platform, it's layers on, it's a database. Database is just like the foundation of where it layers. If there's this solution, okay, it lies on a database. Let me not digress. So database is still a good field one can venture in it, because as a DBA, database administrator, you are responsible for design, implementation, and management of the database. You ensure data integrity, efficiency in storing, security in retrieving those information. There's certification you can undergo to be a certified database database administrator is Microsoft Azure DB, Oracle Certified DB Administrator. They have Oracle Certified Professional, MSQL Certified Professional also. So average salary of a database administrator is $98,000. So the next one now is IT project management. This is where I currently work. I currently work in this domain, IT project management, and then artificial intelligence and machine learning. That's the area I currently work as. That's my major. And then I do like minor of IT business analysis. We'll still get there. So this is what I currently work as. So for IT project managers, they oversee the planning, execution, and delivery of technology projects. They coordinate resources, manage budget. This field is very good also. Faith, for you as a risk manager, is still a field in IT that you can seamlessly pivot into this area. So we coordinate resources, manage budgets. Any project in IT, what we do with business analysis, we work with the business to understand those gaps they have. Then when we understand those gaps they have from business standpoint, we now take it back to IT. And then IT will come up with a solution to address that gap. Then we'll manage it as a project. Excuse me, there's different stages of project management. They have different methodology also, agile, waterfall. So this is another area that is very good also. I used to work as a core IT. I've worked as an IT person. Sometimes you must have moved around the whole domain. But when I started my career, I worked as an IT support. I moved to IT network database. I later moved into IT data analytics and then IT project management. And this IT project management is okay because I work remotely from home. I don't go to the office except I have something to do physically in the office. So most of all these IT fields you are seeing now, IT domain, most of them you can function remotely. You don't need to be in the morning. I'm carrying my system. I'm going to the work, 8 o'clock. I'm seated 5 o'clock, I'm going back to work, or 4 o'clock, you can function anywhere. You can work remotely. When I moved to Canada, I worked for a bank in Nigeria, First Bank. I worked for them because I was working in First Bank before I relocated. I was in Canada working for them for the next 4 months, managing their project end to end until the project went live. That was when I now left them. And everything works seamlessly. You understand? So that's the fun you have when you are in IT field. In as much as, yes, you do the work, you do the work, you give the value, but the benefit you'll get is something that is very compensating. Yeah, I have time. I work in IT remotely. I have time for my children. When the school bus brings my son from school, I go to the door, I pick my son, I sit with my son, with my system, I'm working. I have time for my children, you get? So it's just like that work-life balance in IT. So that's project management for you. Certification you can attain to become a project manager. IT project manager is PMP. PMP is project management professional. Some people in other domain, they take this also. They have ACP, Agile Certified Professional, CSM, Certified Scrum Master, PMI ACP, and then Prince 2. And then average salary of an IT project manager globally is $131,000. Yeah. So the next domain is IT service management. IT service management, they deal with IT team manage. They manages end-to-end delivery of IT. IT, you have like system, different things, equipment. They have different routers, switches, so many things. So these are the people that manages those services. Aside the physical things, they manage those services, software, different things, patches. That are the ones that manages that. So they design, they deliver, they support IT services. So certification you can do to do well in this field is IT, COVID, CompSHA, and then others. Then average salary is 103,000 per annum. Then number 9 is artificial intelligence and machine learning. This is a very booming field also, because these people, they develop intelligent system capable of learning and making decisions. You've seen that there's this in the call chat GPT, AI. One ugly woman or ugly man will just put the picture of an ugly man in a system, and it will be reformed, that the person will be looking so beautiful. Or two people are standing differently, or you put the people in these two people in the system and you make them, it's as if they're standing together. So this is this is the benefits AI and machine learning brought to us. So this domain, they work with natural languages, computer vision, and predictive analytics. That's why you can go. There are so many apps now that you can download. Chat GPT, you just chat that. Please tell me about this. Chat GPT will give information about it end to end. So thanks to artificial intelligence and machine learning. So certification one can do to stand well, posture well in this field is Azure AI Engineer Associate, IBM AI Engineering Professional Certificate, Artificial Intelligence Engineer, AIE. This last one is the bomb. So the average salary is 105,000. But I know this particular salary will boom next year because it's a field that is seriously booming in IT, and it's a skill that should be must have for IT and tech. So the next domain to talk about is IT support and help desk. These are the people that provide technical assistance, troubleshooting. Maybe when you get to your organization, somebody will say, my system is not coming up, or my cable is this, I'm having some issues with my mouse. These are the guys that come to provide technical assistance. Most of us in IT, we started our career here, because I knew when I graduated, I was working with Nestle Nigeria in Agbara. I was working as an IT support and help desk officer. So they'll take you, just be assisting people to fix issues, troubleshoot, put up patches, updates, So this area is is still okay. Average salary is like 80K. I know they have Comsha has some certifications in this they do to be qualified for this MCITP, but I don't advise people to go into certifications on those because it's just like a starting point in tech most times. Then the last but not the least, is the IT business analysis. This one is responsible for bridging the gap between IT and business. So I mentioned earlier that I currently work as an IT project manager, and at the same time, I deploy some skill of a business analyst because I work with the business, understand what they want IT to do for them. Like now, where I work in the organization I work for, that's the school, Saskatchewan Polytechnic, we identify a bottleneck in the solution we are using to admit students into different programs because that solution wasn't giving us the kind of customer centric approach we want to be using. So based on that, we now prefer a new solution, CRM. So we are currently managing that solution as project managers, and very soon the solution will go live, and then we'll deploy it. And then customers, applicants that are coming to, prospective applicants coming to apply to the school for different programs will now appreciate, and then that effectiveness, usability, and then customer friendliness will come in their experience. So this is what IT business analyst does. They work with the business to understand their need, and then they will now use IT as a solution to bridge that gift, to bridge that need, and that will bring about effectiveness. Also, they could use data analytics to assess processes. But I mentioned earlier about data analysis using numbers, information, and understanding it, then advise the business, and then use that to address need. You find problems. So business analysis most time also work with business data analytics analyst also, because they use data information, and determine data driven recommendation, and then reports to executive, and that will now executive will now use it to drive their decision making. So certification one could do to excel in this field is CCBA, CBAB, Certified Business Analyst Professional, PMIBA, Project Management Institute or Project Business Analyst, ECBA, CBS. So average salary of a business analyst is $119,000 per annum. So for all this, there are some basic skills that are required to excel in IT. If you don't have this skill, you might still excel, but it will take you time to excel. So I always advise people that when you are moving into IT, you must be someone that has technical proficiency. You must know what IT is all about. You must understand those preliminary IT, like how IT works, how systems are connected, those bases of IT. You must have problem solving abilities, ability to to dive into issues and be able to holistically solve it, and then profit solution, and then the whole thing becomes win-win. And continuous learning, must be someone that likes learning, someone that is ready to unlearn, relearn, and learn. There are some things that you might know today, in 10 years to come, is already obsolete. You should be ready to drop it and pick up the most relevant things, or update what you currently have and continue moving. If you're not a learner, you can't excel in IT. So you must be somebody that you keep yourself up to date with information, continuous learning IT. Let me give you a case in point. For these certifications I mentioned, there's no certification among all this in 2012 that is still relevant today. They'll keep bringing updates, and it's left for you as an IT person to catch up with updates that they bring. There's some certification that expires 3 years. And there's one I have, PMP. Every 3 years it expires. I have to go and update my repository. If you don't, you lose it. So many certifications like that, I feel you need to update your information database to be able to be relevant. Then communication and collaboration, you should be someone that communicates. If you are an introvert, you must just try and bring yourself out of that shell and be able to communicate, collaborate. You must be able, that's just, you must be able to tell, because you must definitely work with people to understand their need, to be able to prefer solution. IT is all about using technology to drive needs. So if you are somebody, and there's no how you can drive people's needs without understanding what they actually want or their needs. So you must be a people's person that work with people. That's where EI comes in, emotional intelligence. People will not talk to you and you say, because they talk to me in one kind way, I'm not ready to continue in this field. It's an insult to me. You should have that emotional intelligence to be able to manage yourself, manage the environment around you. So that's one of the skills that an IT person needs to have. Then adaptability and flexibility. You should be someone that is very flexible. Case in point, 2020 February, everybody went indoor because of the pandemic. You can't say because I wasn't informed, or there's no process that states is this way, I'm going to continue coming to work physically. I'm going to start working all over the places, still going to my normal business. Why should they just tell people to stay, go and stay? And things change. That was an instance that changed the whole dynamics. That February 2020, COVID. Now most people work from home. Some of the people that resume working from home never went back to the office, because they start seeing benefits of working from remote work. And everybody should not just co-locate physically and be working in the off in physically. So these are the skills that should come as an IT specialist. If you want to pivot into IT, you should be able to be flexible, you should be able to be adaptive, and be able to adapt to new changes. Quickly adapt. Change is the only thing that is constant. So the next thing, a skill that is very important for an IT person to pivot into IT, is attention to detail, especially if you're going into data analysis. If you want to work as a business analyst, if you work as a data analyst, you must pay attention to detail, because you manage information, numbers. So after the whole validation, and then you plot, visualize your data, you should be able to look at it critically to understand the pattern, and to be able to make your inference. So attention to detail is very, very key also. Then you must be customer service oriented. Your mind should just be selfless. It shouldn't be all about cost, myself, myself, myself. You should think of the customer you are managing. You should ensure they have they're satisfied with your service. You should ensure you are carrying them along in everything they're doing, especially as a project manager. Another domain that you need this and is very key is IT project management, because it's all about working with stakeholders, delivering services for them. So you must figure out the way to manage your relationship with them. I must be a customer service oriented person. You must be selfless. As a point, you must be selfless and just think about them and how they can be okay with your service. Then there should be ethical and professional behavior in terms of the way you behave. There are some ethics that guys around data, around IT resources. So this ethics is very, very important also. So you must abide by that. For all these certifications, there's always ethics that guides them. So you must abide by those conducts. Leadership and teamwork must be someone that works as a team and as a leader. Then organizational and coordination should be able to be organized and be coordinated. As a data analyst or other fields, if you can't organize or project manager, if you can't organize the resources, organize yourself, organize your resources, organize, because everything you do, most of the things you do as a project manager is all about organization and coordination. So these are key areas. I think that 10 key skills required to excel in IT. So I bet you that when you get all these skills and right, you will excel in IT. One thing about IT is that you must give that value and be seen to be giving the value. So when you give those value, definitely the rewards that come with the value will definitely be there. That's the financial reward. So in summary, we have seen how tech keep ruling the world, the different domains and skill required to excel in the field, also the benefit and values you give and the reward it brings to you. So I expect you to critically assess yourself, and reevaluate your competence, and then decide which area of IT to dive into, because determination now remains the key. Yeah. Any question? So the next thing will be the question and answer. Hello, thank you, everyone. Do we have any questions?
Okay. From the question and answer, we have one question. Somebody is saying, please, what about this blockchain technology? So I've been able to just give him an overview of what blockchain technology is all about.
Yeah. And also blockchain, this we are looking at information technology. Blockchain cuts across engineering, you understand, automation. So it has, it's like in all this area I mentioned, blockchain technology has some roles to play in this. IoT has some roles to play in this also, but they're not core IT domain. That was why I didn't bring them here.
Yes,
Like
yes,
for
yes.
IoT, it has something to do with engineering,
Engineering and yes.
communication, engineering, So that was why I did not bring that here. But it's still another field that one can venture into. But it's not like a field in silos. I can't wake up and say, okay, I want to be a blockchain. I must have like a basis to be able to leverage blockchain on it. So any other question?
I think somebody was also raising the issue of e-commerce, but e-commerce is not a full-grown sector. E-commerce in the area of digital marketing across the new media channels.
Yes, those areas now, like all these areas I've raised, you can use that to drive e-commerce. You understand? So you can use all this area of IT is so diverse. These are the ones like this area are the ones that, like, for e-commerce, you need to have these skills, like a cybersecurity skill. Then yeah, you need to have some of the skill mentioned here to business analysis. You understand? So it's just like when you say e-commerce, digital marketing, it's just like a little sub of some of the things mentioned here. You get? Any other question? Okay.
Hello, ma.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you, ma, for the wonderful presentation. So I wanted to find out, like, these applications, those who want to get them, how do they start training for that? Or can you study on your own? Are there sites where you visit or groups where you join to enable you be able to pass the exam? I think it's online exam.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
very, very important.
So there's this udemy.com. It's like learning would I say, yeah, it's like training group, udemy.com. So when you get there, you can see resources, so many resources, both the free and unfree ones. So when you get to udemy.com, you can search for any field or any certification credentials you want to have, and then see training, like bulk of training on that. Then you can take it. After undertaking that particular training, then that particular training will now guide you and tell you deliver. Maybe like for Cisco, you have to go through Cisco to write and tell you how long the exam will be. Yeah, so this particular website is very okay. Then there's another website, linkedin.com. linkedin.com learning is another place here. You can get some materials too to guide you on any of this IT domain. Then coursera.com. Coursera.com is a learning platform also. Like for data analytics, Google has free data analytics course now on Coursera that they're doing. So after everything, you write your certification and then get your certificate on data analytics. I think likewise for AWS, Amazon, they have some trainings too there. You can explore that. Yeah. Has that answered your question?
Yes, yes. Maybe you can make a post on them too, because so that we get the spellings correctly and all that. The website. Very, very important.
I've already dropped it. I dropped it on the chat here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually seeing the chat myself. Okay. It's okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so any other question before we call it a day? Unfortunately, people did not turn out well for this. I mean,
Yes.
the same people will be coming to my inbox too. Okay, so yeah. Do you have any other thing
And
to say? So before we call it a day.
another thing that also that helped us, especially me in the area of IT, is boot camps. Boot camps. There are
Yeah.
over 1,000 free boot camps. Over
Mm.
1,000 free boot camps. But the issue is just like our presenter, Uchenna said many people that wants to scale in IT must be passionate, and and from what we are seeing, our people I would say that they are not that kind passionate because they are because they have not seen the need. But if you want to actually scale in IT, you have to sacrifice. I know how many hours that I sacrificed to even come to this level to manage some global projects and so many other things. So you have to actually sacrifice your time and be willing to join boot camps. The plan was that we will have people that will bring in to actually train people in boot camp sessions. All right. But from the engagement the engagement so far, we might need to actually reevaluate and come back to the table before we can reach those boot camp sessions. For example, I have over 14 different boot camps that I had to join to be able to come to my level in the area of cloud computing and program management and even cybersecurity and some other stuff projects that I manage. So boot camps are very, very important. So maybe when we reorganize and become far more better, we will share those important platforms and diversify more on this aspect. So that's what I have from my side, because to bring professionals to sacrifice to do this is a lot, but we appreciate everyone for the time.
Yeah. No problem. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ma. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma. Thank you. God bless you, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you,
Please,
ma'am.
yeah, thank you. Please do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Yeah. Bye.